colors of the spiral. It's interesting, as I started to record the intro to this, my phone completely shut off. I'm being asked to share and being given the guidance and authorization to share the harmonizations that are happening beyond this universe, galaxy, and throughout the cosmos. In January, we were asked to start in full surrender and trust, not even knowing what we're doing. We were asked to start to build out this 18-dimensional pillar of light. And we had been building a pillar of light for the last couple of years, every single morning, standing barefoot on Gaia at sunrise. And as it expanded every day, every week, to every month, we were given instructions of additions to add to it. You build the pillar. It's a spiral. You spiral up the 18 colors. You spiral down the 18 colors. And then we were connected with the cosmic core and the cosmic heart. We were brought through the Divine Mother's halo, which is aquamarine in the core of the earth. Then we were brought out to the outer halo of the earth, which is gold. And that is the Divine Fathers. So every day as we built it, as it expanded and we received more messages of breadcrumbs or pieces of toast to build this pillar, it would just continue to expand. And soon, within February, just a couple months of building it daily, the spirals turned into halos. And there was 18 colors going up, 18 colors going down. As above, so below, as within, so without. And as the pillar continue to expand, the earth with an inner core halo of aquamarine, with an outer core a halo of gold, was brought up into our heart space. And as the pillar is fully built with 18 colors going up, 18 colors going down, it connects to the cosmic core. Going up, it connects to the cosmic heart. And as it was built, the colors of the spiral turned into each of these halos. And the halos would expand and contract based on the work that was being done. Once the pillar is fully built and you're fully connected to the cosmic core, cosmic heart, and the Divine Father and Mother and God are wrapping you in this hug, you will bring up the energy from the core, bring down the energy from the heart, and it alchemizes. We have our crow confirmations. Our squirrel was right behind us as this information's coming through. So now that we are protected and guarded to share, as you pull down the energy and pull up the energy and you alchemize it, you create this ball of light in your heart, which is the core of Gaia. Then it ripples out, it pulsates out. And for months, it was just pulsating out this and wrapping Gaia. So it's pulsating not only from the inner earth, it's coming in, you're bringing that layer by layer by layer of the earth. It's harmonizing the earth. And all of the halos contract down to wrap the earth in this hug. And it is all of the colors. So it's 36 colors that the world, the earth, Gaia is wrapped in. And this is the 18D shield. And this, as those ripples go out from you throughout the earth, it was harmonizing the earth. And that's when all of these portals started to open. And I am one of many who are building this, that I'm shown, though I have not physically connected with anyone else that's doing this on a physical plane, but the etheric planes, the astral planes, and the galactical and cosmic planes, there are many who are doing this work. And as Gaia starts to fully harmonize, then when she's in your heart, fully harmonized, she's rippling out. She becomes the heart of the cosmos. And so as we continue to do this work and we're building it, then it starts to ripple out, and we send out these pulses and these waves through all the galaxies, and it's harmonizing as it goes through all the universes, the galaxies, and through to the edges of the cosmos. And as more pulses go out, the pulses are clearing, cleansing, harmonizing, alchemizing, and transcending for every star system, every planet, every aspect of every sun, every moon, of every galaxy, every universe throughout the cosmos are receiving these pulses, these waves, these ripples of energy coming from the heart of the cosmos, which is Earth, Gaia. And as the Divine Mother is sending this out every single day, multiple times a day, we have been anchoring in the energy as it comes back to us, what we have harmonized on those pulses, on those boomerangs going out and coming back. Then we anchor in that energy, that harmonization, the purity, and give it back to Gaia to be fully transmuted back into light. So this is happening. So now how this is expanded and going into June, with May was illumination, June was evolution. And as we went into June and we went through the solstice, the pillars started to, so it's the same pillar. It has the 18 halos going up, 18 halos going down. It has the core halo of the Divine Mother in aquamarine as the outer halo of the Divine Father in gold. So the Divine Mother and Father's halo have always been weaved together when we're building it from the very beginning. You go down to the Divine Mother, she wraps you in a hug, she puts her aquamarine halo, the core that's around the core of the earth, and she wraps you in this, and then it starts to weave into you, you become one with it. When you bring the halo all the way up, as high as your consciousness will take you, to the Divine Father's hug, you are wrapped in the warmth of the sun, and he places from above. The Divine Mother's halo comes from below into the heart. From above, he places his golden halo around you in his hug, and that is weaved from him through you to the Divine Mother's aquamarine halo. So this weave has been there since the very beginning, and you can feel the weave happening. Your whole body lights up, and as you alchemize and bring the energy from above and below into your heart space, and that's where those ripples start to ripple and out to Gaia, and then from Gaia to the universe, from the universe to the galaxies, from the galaxies to the cosmos. As that weave has always been there since the solstice, it is now weaving out beyond you, and with every wave and pulse is now a weave and a thread. And what it is that every time you've sent out these pulses, these waves, these ripples out into the cosmos, as each star harmonizes to the frequency of the cosmos, as every planet harmonizes and heals, then it lights up. It becomes a node of connection. So what we've been doing for months and months and months, we now have all of these healed and harmonized nodes of moons and suns and stars and planets that are harmonized to the frequency of the cosmic heart and core, which is this LoveJoy. And it's the maximum frequency that can be achieved, and it's 963. And as we do this, I'm shown there's more, but this is what's resonating, what we can achieve at this moment. When we achieve that, and all of those stars and moons and suns and planets are all harmonized with the cosmic heart and cosmic core, with the frequencies of this cosmic celestial frequency, then they become light nodes for us. So as now we have these weaves and threads that are pouring out of the core of Gaia, pouring out and following these waves and ripples, and are now weaving, connecting an entire cosmic celestial grid. And as we harmonize each of these stars and planets, there are portals that are open to allow those that are on Gaia who have been stuck here and have not been able to return home, whether they're good or bad, are now, their planet is healed and harmonized. And now they can find a way using these threads to go home. And once they're home, those that have carried control programs, there's no blame, shame or blame here. This is allowing everyone to meet them where they're at based on however they were birthed on this earth, and then allowing them to go home. And once they're home, they will go through a complete deprogramming experience. It's kind of like a med bed, but a cocoon really, and they will receive and be brought and healed and harmonized and alchemized and transcended back into the frequency of the cosmic celestial heart, really. And so now we have all of these lower vibration frequencies, control programs. We have races that are here that have been working against the collective's ascension. They're all leaving. And this wasn't ever deemed possible. But there's enough of the collective who are standing in readiness and standing in truth and standing in sovereignty, are creating their own light pillars and turning on their own nodes. For those that are creating the 18D pillars, once that weave started, the as above, so below, this pillar is now extending and expanding beyond the 8D, beyond the 18th dimension into 36 dimension possibilities. And the Divine Father, Mother God are descending to wherever we're at to help and assist us. So now we've just had this living in the blur, was not quite understanding or being able to see beyond where our current expansion was, and now the lights have been turned on. And this weave and these threads are connecting to all of the planets that have done the work, that have done the shift to clear, cleanse, purge, purify, transmute, alchemize, harmonize, and transcend. They've done the work, and they've now received the full frequency of the cosmic celestial frequency of the LoveJoy, and we are weaving our energy out to them. So now we're creating this cosmic celestial grid, just like we have a planetary grid. We're now creating a cosmic celestial grid, and once each of those planets are harmonized enough and healed, then that thread opens the door for them to receive their families home. And many have been gone for centuries and centuries, beyond millions and millions and millions of years, and they had no way out of the loop of the earth because of contracts and boundaries that were set on a galactical level. And there's so much celebration happening now that though whatever work they did may have been dark on this earth, they are going home to be restored. And that has never been a possibility until now. And that is why the spiral of evolution, the Christ consciousness, there are so many words to explain it, but because of the level of Gaia's being rose and her heart coherence, being in resonance with, it first started here, and then we were able to find that full resonance with the cosmic LoveJoy, that cosmic celestial frequency. My human asked, I hope this all makes sense, and the light language was just keep going. As we've now done this, and we are weaving this. So every day each of the pillars are open. There's now in a weave and a web, and we're creating this. And there are still many stars and star systems, galaxies and universes that we haven't been fully harmonized to receive that frequency, but that's what we're working to. And this message is now going out for all of those that this resonates with. You will feel tingling in your hands and feet, on your scalp. You may feel what feels like goosebumps, but it's more of a bliss. You may feel this energy running from your heart, filling your hands and feet. It's really starting with the hands and feet, and then the head, and then the heart. So if you're feeling any of this, or you're resonating with this information, there's codes, keys, and colors of remembrance here within it for you. And the Feargiveness Frequency is holding the space for this. It is the highest celestial frequency that we can achieve in this now moment when we're tapped into it. It has all of the emotions, it has all the colors. It has been poured into from every galaxy and universe and cosmos, from every planet, every one that we've worked through, inner Earth, outer Earth. All of our galactical families and teams have been pouring into this frequency because this is what is holding the space of the pillars in its full center. And there's ways to connect to it. It's all active. It's all ingrained in us. It's just remembering and activating the codes, keys, and colors within. So as we have this web that's been weaved throughout the cosmos, and it continues to do so. And we have about half of the moons and half of the suns. We're at about a halfway point of this. And the more we do this, it's a little less than 44%. Okay. 144. I love this. Okay. As we continue to do this, and more come online to build their pillars, to connect with the Feargiveness Frequency, to build their celestial pillars of light, to hold their light node and create not only their light node, but also the 18D pillars of the cosmic celestial pillar. This will happen more and more, but now we're at a maximum of we've exhausted all those who are here that are doing the work, and we are activating through this message more to join, because we need more. Those that are here have already now built their pillars consistently with such trust and surrender that they are now in the weave. So it takes a while to get to the weave, but I'm showing that this is an accelerated advancement for those who are resonating with it, that will happen over the next 3 to 6 months, beginning really at the solstice. So all of those pillars are built, and all of those that are doing this are not only just on Gaia, they're stationed throughout. There are many on the harmonized stars, moons, suns, and planets that are now have built their own pillars, and they they're in oneness and unity and connection. We can all communicate. So now I want to take this. We've gone to the cosmic level. We took you out to the furthest expansion of visually, emotionally, mentally, that our physical energy can handle. Now I want to bring you into the planetary. So the same thing that's happening cosmically has been happening with our planetary grid. And the planetary grid was fully activated, not 100%, but enough to function in the winter solstice of last year. Now that we have this up and running, this is the same thing that's happening when you are ignited your pillar. You're sitting within your heart. You have Gaia within your heart. You have the aquamarine inner core halo. You have the golden outer core halo. When you're pulsating out these ripples and waves, it does it on 3 or 4 levels. But I'm focusing on the planetary level now. As you do this and you send out from your core of Gaia, you're sending out these ripples and waves. It is going through every layer of Gaia. It's going through every body of water. It is every element, every elemental. It's going through every animal kingdom, insect kingdom, in addition to the humans. It's going through the tree spheres. So everything on Gaia is receiving the clearing, cleansing, purging, purifying, alchemizing, transmuting, alchemizing, harmonizing, and transcendence to bring them into the frequency of LoveJoy, the frequency of the Divine Mother's love, and the convergence of the Divine Mother, Divine Father, and God, Source Energy, are all converging together. In addition to, we'll get there next. So as this is occurring, the planetary grid is expanding. That is why we've been having so much electromagnetic changes. That is why the water currents are changing. The temperature of the waters are changing. The electromagnetic, the sun is flipping its north and south nodes. The earth will eventually flip its north and south nodes. But that is the convergence of this change, because you are healing and harmonizing we are healing and harmonizing on so many levels. And so as we continue to do this, more within the collective are awakening up. There's a mass awakening that's happening right now. And many of you are, based on whatever wave, pulse, or ripple you are within, many are going to be stepping into their leadership roles. And this leadership roles isn't to, you don't need to do anything. You just need to be ready to lead. You don't need to create anything. You don't need to foundationalize anything. You just need to bring you and your wisdom and what was given in yesterday's broadcast and channeling was each of you have a scroll or a scribe within you, and it's only you know the language of it because you wrote it. When you activate that, you have all of the rainbow tablets, the emerald tablets, whatever that scroll, whatever that is for you, you have those encoded within you, and only you have it. And that's why it's so important for this collective awakening to sit within your heart and your center and connect with the Divine Father, Mother, God, connect with the earth and activate those scribes and scrolls and tablets with that information. Those that have already done that and are receiving their gifts and modalities and expansion, you will be asked to step into full surrender, trust, and faith before you are asked to then step into your leadership roles. So this is happening collectively. So then, just like the cosmic, each of those, we're going to say even cities, each of the cities that have received the frequency, the energy, the healing, the harmonization, that have come into a resonance of the frequency of LoveJoy, of the Divine Mother, are setting free. So it's working together with what's happening in the cosmos, are setting free all of the low vibrations, energies, entities, control programs, darkness. Each of those cities, those nodes, those lights within upon Gaia that have harmonized enough are opening portals and gateways and stargates to release those souls. And these could be here on Earth. They could be just entities and energies that are still here because they had no way to leave. And this is millions and millions of years of not being able to leave. They're now being able to go home. And the threads are opening and weaving out of our planetary grid, are opening and weaving. Those threads are now open for those energies, entities, souls, programs, all the darkness, low vibration to leave, They want to go home. Though they don't know exactly, they feel like they've been imprisoned here. And when you're imprisoned and you're held against your will, you fight against it. You turn dark. And that is where a lot of the darkness has come from, is what I'm being shown. So now that as each city harmonizes, or each node within the earth, this is including the harmonization of every volcano is an ancient pyramid. So those are coming online. There's a lot of inner earth movement that's happening. Gaia is taking back her earth, but it's in harmonization and healing, though it may feel like fear and destructiveness from it playing out. It's not. It is really the clearing, cleansing, purging, purifying, transmuting, alchemizing, harmonizing, and transcending of each and every aspect of Gaia to bring her fully into the frequency of the cosmos of that LoveJoy. As that continues to happen, more of the darkness will leave. There will be more peace on earth. There are more in the collective that are awakening, that are seeing and standing in their own sovereignty. And as each one does that, guess what? They light up the grid even more. And then once we've started to now weave, so those weaves of the core and the outer are weaving together, but they're weaving through us. They're threading us all into oneness and unity. And they're building on the frequency, layering on the frequencies. And each city will then light up, and they become part of it. So now we've done this on a cosmic level. We've done it on a planetary level. Now we're taking you into, you have the universe inside you. So we're taking you in to your heart. So you've seen it and understood it in the best way I can bring it earthwise, from the cosmics to the planetary. And there's also universal in between there, but that was showed that wasn't important. So we've gone through the planetary and we've seen that grid, right? We've seen those light nodes light up. We've seen the cities harmonize. We are seeing the potential of all of this happening. Now we're going to go internal. We're going to take the same concept, the same blueprint, and we're taking it inside. You have the universe inside you. And that core, that halo, is in your heart. The outer halo is your morphogenetic fields. It's your toroidal field. So the inner earth halo of aquamarine is in your heart. That's the Divine Mother. The outer one, which is all weaved together and threaded together, the outer one is your toroidal field that's cocooning you. It's your rainbow prism. And as those are now working internally, that pillar of light is your spinal cord. So that pillar of light that you're building, you're anchoring it into Gaia. You're anchoring it into the Divine Mother, the Divine Father, God, and Source. So you're bringing that energy into your body. You're pulling it down your spine. You're fully grounded. You're connected above, as above, so below. Your heart is radiating out this energy. And what it's doing the same thing. It's healing. It's purging. It's clearing, cleansing, purging, purifying, transmuting, alchemizing, harmonizing, and transcending. It's healing you from the inside out. Each of the pulse of your heart when in coherence with the Divine Father, Mother, God. Every time you stand barefoot, you do breath work. You're drinking in water with intention. You're eating high vibrational foods. Everything you do activates this frequency within your heart coherence to fully connect to the Christ consciousness, the spiral of evolution, all of the energies that are layered on the outside of you, but you're on the inside. And so as your heart continues to pulsate, it's doing that same thing. Your cities or light nodes are your lymph nodes, there are over 400 in the body. As you're connecting and lighting up and healing your body from the inside out, You're removing all the lower densities and vibrations and frequencies, belief systems, control, all of that's stuck within your body, within your tissues and your organs, your cellular memory, your muscle memory, your organ memory, your tissue and your fascia. So as you are doing the healing on the inside, you are draining your lymphatic system. You're using breath work to move the energy through you. And as each light node within your body releases that energy, releases the trauma and insecurities, the shame and the blame, using self-love, self-forgiveness, gratitude, joy, love. As you bring those in and you color them, you are now expanding using the colors and frequencies of every color. That's why our pillar has 18 colors going up, the same 18 colors going down, and you're wrapped in this hug. As you're doing that internally, and you're releasing the trauma that's held within your body, your elbow becomes a light node, and you may have had elbow or arthritis issues, your wrist, every piece of you becomes part of the light node as it is harmonized to the heart coherence, the frequency and heartbeat of you that you are holding in your center of your forgiveness frequency. As each and every one of those come online, you become that same harmonization. You are doing the same thing as the Planetary is doing with every city. You are allowing that trauma, the low vibrations and frequencies and energies and the darkness that's being held within your body, you're allowing it to be released, to go back to source, to be transmuted back into light. And I have full, complete body shivers, goosebumps, bliss. It's so beautiful. And you just want to stay in this bliss. It's just that LoveJoy. It's that grand. So as each light node in your body comes online, when you finally have enough of them, then you will start to weave. And the weave and the web that is lighting up is your fascia system. It's already within you. It's just been dormant. It's held the darkness. It's held the traumas and the insecurities and the shame and blame. And it's ready for you to release it, to let it go and to upcycle it into a new, allowing it to receive in the pulses, the ripples, the waves that are coming from your heart when you're fully connected to source. And as each of those light nodes heal, they come online. And that allows the fascia to run through them. And it's able to weave this web that's happening cosmically, universally, planetary, and individually. So as you continue to step into your sovereignty, to stand in your truth, to speak your truth, to clear out any low vibrations and frequencies that are being held within you. And it's listening to your body. It's sitting in the heart and pulsating out, pulling that energy up from Gaia, down from source, using your spinal cord channel and alchemizing it to pulsate out into your own body. And then you will receive that energy back, and you're going to send it and anchor it down into Gaia to be transmuted back into light. You get to give it back. And every time you do that, another node opens. Another lymphatic node is cleared. The toxins are released. They're let go. They're given back to source for full transmutation. Your muscles start to release. And that's why it's so important, the hands, the feet, and the neck working from the outside in to help our fascia to really weave and thread its web through us. And I'm shown this is happening down to atoms, the neutrons, molecules, membranes. This is happening all the way down through to this piece of stardust within us. Everyone will start to resonate with the heart coherence and the heart-brain coherence. There will be convergence of your past, present, and future, just like we had shared about the Planetary So your past, present, and future are all combining, just like the Divine Father and Mother God. All of that is combining into oneness and unity. And once you've done that and you have raised your frequency and layered on all of these colors and energies and frequencies, you will be resonating at LoveJoy. You will be the frequency of the cosmic heart. And you will be able to connect planetarily. That'll be teleportation, telecommunication, telepathy, all of that. And there, as you come online, there will be more portals and stargates and ways for you to travel and connect with maybe your home star system that's been unavailable to you. So the same thing that's happening, and it's so beautiful as this all coming through. And I have not connected this until today's sunrise. And today is the 9th of July. We've been in this blur, living in the blur since the solstice. And I've been asked to every day take off my contacts or glasses to allow me just to see the world as it's meant to be seen. And my vision is changing, and I can see the auras and the colors around everything. There's a deeper connection to the water that's around me, even if it's just the dew on the grass. Elemental connections, all of our senses are different since the solstice for those that resonate with this. And whenever you find this, it's in divine timing, and there's no rush. You're exactly where you need to be. And this will happen for you organically. This is just bringing it into your knowledge and coherence to activate within you what you might be ready for right now. And ultimately, it's starting with connecting with your Feargiveness frequency and activating your birth flame, connecting with the color, bringing that frequency in, spending time connecting with the earth, barefoot, breath work, meditation, mindfulness, all of our jamming, breath work, journaling, affirmations, mirror work, muscle movement. There's an eagle flying above us right now, and all of the crows are converging on it. Igniting your Feargiveness frequency is the anchor of your light node, and then expanding it, adding colors, adding joy, adding love, adding self-forgiveness, self-love, all of the emotions that have high frequencies. And the more you stay in your center and mindfulness, living in the present moment, connecting with your intuitive channel, connecting with the Divine Father, Mother God, however that is for you, however you are called to do that connection, listening to your body, and know that this expansion, this evolution, and July is the month of limitless transcendence. And that is why we are fully transcending beyond what we've ever thought possible. As we move through this bridge of the solstice through the 8-8 portal, we are under the bridge and we are rising. We're raising it up, which is restoring the intrinsic source energy into the universal playground. That is what we're doing under this bridge. As we're under the rainbow bridge for this living in the blur, that is where we are fully cocooned in this rainbow prism for us to be able to do the work personally, and the work we do personally directly affects the planetary, which directly affects the universal, which directly affects the cosmos. So everything you do, every intention you set, every visualization, everything you're calling into you, everything you do in full surrender, trust, and service to the Divine Father, Mother God, Source, it's rippling, the ripple effect. You're doing this for the cosmos as well. You are part of that. It is so powerful. And you are so powerful of the ability of everything you have to do and what you've already done. And there's so many celebrations. Can you imagine being away from your home planet? You just don't feel like you're home. And now, because of the work you're doing, you're allowing someone to do that, or to do that for yourself, to really connect with your aurora networks, to connect with the planetary, the star systems that you might be from, or part of you are from, to feel like you have, I just have to sit in the bliss for a second. To be welcome home by your family who haven't seen you in millions and millions, and there's no time, but millions and millions of years that you haven't, that they're never thought the possibility would ever be, but there's always been a small thread of hope, and you are fulfilling the hope for those souls. Okay, I'm taken to the prisons of the earth. And these are physical prisons. These are prisons of religious prisons. These are held, controlled programs. And when you are in oneness and unity with all, and there's no judgment of another, can you imagine if all of our energy went to a prison? And no matter what they did, no matter what has occurred, or what they harm or hurt that they've caused, they were given the opportunity, because the majority of what they've done have been gestational, that is, or have been pain that has been brought down ancestrally and has built them in whatever ways, how they've developed. There aren't words for this. Whew. What if our energy, that each prison became a city or a light node, that we were able to heal, we were able to forgive, and every single person within there had the ability to be fully restored, cleansed, cleared, purged, purified, transmuted, alchemized, harmonized, and transcended, healed. And they were able to go home and be welcomed into their families who have also done the work. That is what this is in the hardest shape and form. All of those been banished because of religion. What if your families are released from that and you were able to go and hug them? Because they have been healed in the same way and released from the control programs that have been harmonized, alchemized, and transcended. And families are reunited. There's oneness, there's LoveJoy. And that's happening in so many different ways and forms. This is also shown in like the financial systems, wherever there's disconnection, politics. What if our governments had the same opportunity that every single person in them received that same clearing, cleansing, purging, purifying, transmuting, alchemizing, transcending, harmonization, and full transcendence? So this is an industry level. This is every aspect. Where there is any darkness, let us be the light. And this will happen. This is what I'm shown. But we have to understand that that is the goal. That is what we are here for. That is part of the full acceleration of our ascension. And just like the Berlin Wall was broke down and shattered down, what if we were able to do that with every prison? What if we were able to fill every prison with color to start their healing? To teach them how to upcycle their own trash cans of traumas and insecurities, to let that go, to let all the energy out. Goes for children. This goes for abuse. There are so many different ways you can look at what is holding a person in pain and suffering and in darkness. But that is the work that we're doing with the Feargiveness Frequency and the pillar that is weaving its web. Ultimately, that is what it will completely crumble. And then it will open up those doors and stargates and portals for us to be able to receive in our loved ones with there's no shame, there's no blame, there's no judgment. No matter what they have done, they will be seen through the eyes of God. They will be loved through the eyes of God. And they will be hugged in this collective hug from the Divine Father, Mother, God, Source energy, Source light. We're just going to anchor in this energy. My feet are still barefoot on the ground. And I've been held up. I was about to sit down before this started. I had just gone through and seen it all. And then I was asked to share it. And normally I'll see it all. And then I will go down and rest to integrate it, because it's so much energy. It's so powerful. And to be able to to share it and have the mother squirrel, who has birthed 3 rounds of babies since her and I have connected, to see her be here, to have the crows come, our eagles come, to be surrounded by water. And I'm now wrapped in, there's kind of a storm coming through. There was some thunder when this was all happening at the very beginning, before we were asked to share. I'm so honored to bring this through. My whole body is vibrating in LoveJoy. To be able to be a voice. To bring forth the celebrations, the homecomings. To see it happen cosmically, universally, planetary, and within, to come home within our own heart and see this all play out in the now moment. There are no words. I encourage you to drink water, to allow this information to flow through. Rest if you feel like you need to rest. You've now just sat within the frequency of LoveJoy for however long this transmission and broadcasting has brought through. You have been given a glimpse to be in this hug of what it feels like to be in full heart coherence and convergence. The full convergence doesn't show until November or October so July is transcendence, and we were given a limitless transcendence because we have extended all expectations of the Divine Father, Mother, God. We're moving way quicker than ever anticipated, and there's a lot that's happening to help support that fully. That's why we were placed in the blur, kind of a waiting room, because it wasn't quite ready for us to, our bodies physically weren't quite ready for us to fully receive what's to come. And that we've now just amplified and increased the frequencies of the day out of time on the 25th, the new year on the 26th, and the Lionsgate portal. Oh my goodness. What is now being poured into that, because we are at a completely new coherence for a frequency that is untapped, that has not been experienced here on Earth before, ever. And this is that LoveJoy. And I'm just sitting within the celebrations. I'm sitting within the fact that this information is being shared. This will reach every piece of stardust of creation within the entire cosmic celestial systems. Hug. Like down to the pieces of sand and grains of sand and drips of water, the stardust of creation will all receive a new resonance as more come online and ignite into LoveJoy. There's music, just the holy heavens. Oh, just, it's wow, freaking wow. Wow. And now the birds are starting to sing, which they were like dormant during that transmission. Everyone was holding space, the trees. Everyone was holding space for us. Okay, I'm going to leave this here because I could sit within this energy and this could go on forever and I don't know how long it is. So, hoo-ha. The 55505. It is a celestial code that just keeps coming back. Lean into that because you're converging your past, present, and future, going through a portal into oneness on the other side. That is what we'll continue to strive for. And that brings us into 20. That brings us into 2. And that breaks us apart into the 1111 portal in November. Okay. We haven't been able to see past October, so this is really kind of cool. And I think the reason why is because they just don't even know what the energy will be. Now that we've now to have to fully reshape the 8-8 portal with an expanded layering of frequency and energy. The same will happen for the 10-10 portal. The 9-9, the 10-10, and the 11-11. This is the first glimpse. So there's something, that's what they're moving their energy towards. Okay, so how to do this? I will move it into a playlist on my YouTube channel, which is the Feargiveness Frequency. It will start you with the Feargiveness Frequency, how to activate your pillar or activate your infinity loop. If you would like to activate your birth flame, all I need is your date, your month that you were born in, and the day. I don't need the year, but I can activate your birth flame. And that is my purpose here, is to activate as many birth flames and frequencies. And everything that I do and offer is free to the collective. There are donation-based services that can expand to go even more, and all the donations go directly to 140 children at the Celestial Orphanage in Zambia, Africa. So I have been in world service to the Divine Father, Mother God since 2020. So there's a playlist that will activate your Feargiveness Frequency on the YouTube channel. There is also the Cosmic Pillar. We shared that in March. I'm being shown, so we're at the halfway point. I will do that one again to show you the weave for those that are ready for the weave. and have that in preparation. There's a ton of cosmic hugs that allow you to sit within the Feargiveness Frequency, and recently in LoveJoy. The Metamorphosis Monday has a lot of this information, breadcrumbs of it, that was done on Monday. So that's on the YouTube channel. So I'll create a playlist, Cosmic Coherence, and I will add all these videos that are in there for you to serve you at whatever step you are. No matter where it finds you or when this finds you, you are here in divine timing. So lean in, set the intention to activate your own Feargiveness frequency. And you can join us on 80nsunny.com, which is our healing center that shows you and it helps to expand. You can join our Rainbow Rise up there to receive notifications of any of the messages and broadcasting and channelings that are coming through. You can also join me on TikTok. So the only 2 frequency matches for me at this moment with the Feargiveness frequency, which is the new Earth frequency, is TikTok and YouTube, and our website. So that is it. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm sending you so much love and light. I'm wrapping you in such a big, huge hug. Have fun with this. Enjoy this. Be you. You are loved. You are light. You are Feargiveness.